Hello, good evening, good afternoon. So today we shall be having our normal Instagram conversation, and the topic we shall be discussing today is about keys to overcoming challenges. Keys to overcoming challenges. Let me try and put it down so that everybody will see it. Keys to overcoming challenges. So that's the topic for today. So anybody coming in will be able to access the topic. So I'm doing this simultaneously with Instagram and Facebook. So you guys have to bear with me because I'll be shuttling between Facebook and Instagram. So during the course of this, our topic today, we shall be discussing so many issues on how we can overcome challenges. In life generally, we all experience challenges in one way or the other. But then the question that becomes, how do you overcome these challenges? How? Let's say, for example, now you have an issue with a job. You have an issue with a child. You have an issue with your marriage or relationship. You have an issue with your school or academical work. You have an issue, it can even be personal or family. As human beings, we all experience challenges. That's a fact. Okay? But then the big question now happens to be, how do we overcome these challenges? That is the big question. Before I begin proper, I would like to give what I call affirmations. Affirmations are very, very important. So during the course of this conversation, I'm going to give you 4 affirmations, or let me say 5 affirmations that will guide us in this video. The number 1 affirmation is, if you lose all options, don't lose hope. If you should lose all options, don't lose hope. 2, problem is inevitable, but mystery is optional. I repeat, problem is inevitable, but mystery is optional. 3, we must all accept infinite disappointment in life, but we must never lose hope. What that really means is that we must all accept infinite disappointment in life, but we must never lose hope. 4, see life as different colors. You know, we have rainbows. The rainbow has different colors. So you have to see life from that vantage point, because that is one way to really adapt to life. If it's white, yellow, brown, ash, they all have different reasons and different purpose. And 4, we are all products of our lenses, which we see. Basically means, no, we are all different. Our eyes, our environment, our personality. So we are all products of the lenses through which we see. That is what I call affirmations. These 5 affirmations will help us during the course of this conversation. So like I said, daily as human beings, we all experience challenges. It could be finance, it could be anything in life generally. But how do we overcome these challenges? Okay, because we all go through these challenges in life. I call these challenges valleys or problems. And what do I mean by that? You know, as a normal human being, when you wake up daily, you don't know what the day is going to give to you. You might have different expectations, but you don't know what tomorrow might give birth to, or even the day in which you've seen. Because when you step out, you can only control your actions or your thoughts or your mindset, but then you can't really control other people's actions. So when they react to you, what you can do to really help yourself. So daily, we all experience these challenges. So that is why I says, as human beings, daily we go through different situations and different challenges. And this is what I call valleys. But then how do you overcome these challenges? That is the issue we're going to be discussing today. First of all, I'm going to start with hope. Hope is the only thing you need to change your mindset. Hope is the only thing you need to change your mindset. Right now in the world, we are experiencing so many challenges by coronavirus, which we call COVID-19. The world is right now thinking, how can we solve this problem? Businesses are shutting down. The government seems to be confused on the way to go and approach it. Individuals are also affected. Then how do we overcome this coronavirus? It's a challenge that we all have. But like I said, hope. Hope is something that we can use as normal human being, and in anything in life. Hope is something that we can use to overcome these challenges. And then, how can this hope really work? And I'm going to show you in practical terms when I talk about hope. Hope is not about thinking, I have hope, it's going to go away just like that. No, hope must be practical. Let me give you a practical example of hope. Someone like Barack Hussein Obama, when he was campaigning for president in the USA, I was privileged to listen to his speech on YouTube. He said, hope in the face of difficulties, the audacity of hope. So even though you have a challenge, but then just believe that there's hope, there's light at the end of the tunnel. But then he said that things will not work normally. Things will not change just because you're having hope that things will change. No, you must put in the work. Okay, you must put in the work. And how does that work come in? That work comes in by preparation. So let's say you are a student right now. Okay, definitely you have hope. Okay, I'm going to pass. By God's grace, I'm going to pass. It's easy to affirm I'm going to pass. Think positively. Believe. Yes, but do you prepare for it? Do you prepare for it? So hope is very, very important. We have an African adage that says that when somebody wakes up from the sleep, that is when his day begins. When somebody wakes up from the sleep, that is his day or his or her day begins. So what does that really mean? As a human being, if you decide that you're gonna make an impact in the society, you must work towards it. You must work towards it, and by working towards it, you will not have to do the needful by preparing yourself, because preparation is very, very important. Still on hope again, as Christians, for me, I'm a Christian, okay, we believe that Christ died for us, and then because he died for us, we have the hope that tomorrow life will be better for each and every one of us. Okay, as a life coach, what we teach people is, if you do what you are supposed to do, by learning your skills and learning the knowledge that is needed in your industry, you will distinguish yourself. So hope is something that we need to differentiate us in anything we want to do in life. So that is the first point. Then 2, you can overcome a challenge by being grateful. You might ask me, wow, how can I be grateful? How can I overcome a challenge by being grateful? It's very practical. We all see life from a different angle. Grateful means accepting anything that comes to you with utmost good faith. Now, we have this coronavirus coming in right now. A lot of people are not happy with it. They are frustrated, they are perplexed, they don't know what to do. But if you are able to think out of the box, you will see that there's a light in it. Because every disappointment, I believe, comes with a blessing. But for you to appreciate that blessing, you must think out of the box. Because every problem in life has a solution. But you have to understand where that solution is coming from. So when I say be grateful, there are things you cannot change. I don't know if you guys are familiar with a prayer called the Serenity Prayer. It says, God, give me the courage to accept the things I cannot change, and then the courage to change the things I can, and then the wisdom to accept the difference. So as a human being, there are things you cannot change. You have to accept it. And there are things that is within your power to change. It's up to you. You change it. And then wisdom gives us the ability to know the difference. So being grateful in this context means that you have a problem. You have to see it from that angle. And let me use a case of coronavirus. Personally, I tell people that there is a spiritual element of this coronavirus. Why? Because even in America, where I stay currently, the government doesn't seem to have the accurate cure for it, or the vaccine. Even though we have a test that's been going on right now, but is yet to be approved by Federal Drug Administration in the US, we still have a long way to go. So why I say it's spiritual is because coronavirus is a leveler. Coronavirus is a leveler. Okay, it has accepted, it has affected both the rich, the ugly, and everybody in society. So people who believe in God now believe that it's only God that can save. We have seen people who are 100 years old in the US, they were able to recover from this coronavirus because they believed in God. They were grateful. They were able to think out of the box. So being grateful has an element of grace in it. So every problem you have, if you are able to think out of the box, you will see that there is something in it that can really help you to really succeed. So when I talk about being grateful, it comes with experience. You have to embrace it. Okay? You have to embrace it. If you have a problem, you smile. Okay? This too shall pass. We have been there, but we refuse to stay there. Grateful is not literally meaning that, I'm grateful for this problem. Okay? That is not what it entails. Grateful really means that I know you are there, but I refuse to accept it. Okay? So that is one way you can really overcome a challenge. Accept that problem when it comes to you. Be grateful for it because you're going to learn from it. It's an experience. Every problem, every challenge that you have in life will never keep you the same. It will never keep you the same. It can help you to grow. It can help you to overcome it. Okay? So don't see problems as difficulties. No. See problems as opportunities and challenges that can help you to really go. Then, I have another solution again, which I say, know your why. Know your why. What do I mean by know your why? Now, if you have a vision, if you have a dream, if you have a passion, okay, one thing that can keep you moving forward is know your why. What do I mean by know your why? Know your why means know why you started that business. Know why you go to school. Know why you joined politics. Know why you have an interest in that marriage or relationship. Know your why. It's very, very important. Know your why. Why? Let me say now. Know your why entails three things if you're a writer. What, why, and when. Now, what is that thing you want to change? Why are you doing it? And when will you do it? So know your why will help you to overcome any challenge you've ever experienced in life. Let me go further a little bit by when I say know your why. Now, you've had a business, for example, okay, and then the business is going topsy-turvy, it's going ups and down. You don't know how to go about it. You have a contract, people bid for you, and then you lose out. But because you know your why, then you have a different thought process that I am in this for a reason. I'm going to make a change. You are in government or you're in politics, and then you want to probably vie for election, and then somebody outsmarts you in the game. Because you know your why, meaning you know what you want to create in the society, you know the change you want to bring in, you will not give up. You will contest again. Barack Obama, if you all know his history, he contested for election and he failed when he was in Illinois as a senator, House of Rep member. But then he never gave up. He was able to contest for president and he won. Same thing with Abraham Lincoln. If you know Abraham Lincoln's story, he failed in his business, he failed in his marriage, he failed in his family life, in different angles, but he also failed in his in election. By the end of the day, he was regarded, or some people regard him as the most successful US president because he knows his why. So you have to know your why in life. Why did you go into that business? Why did you go into that relationship? Why did you go into that marriage? Why did you go into that school? Why did you study that course? These are the things that can help you to overcome challenges. Know your why. As a writer, know what you want to write. Know when to write and then know how to write it. It's very, very important. Okay, then I have a third point again who says you have to tell yourself the truth. What does that really mean? You can overcome a challenge by telling yourself the truth. I tell people, you can lie to others, but you can never lie to yourself. When you lie to yourself, that is the greatest disservice you can do to everybody or to humanity, and then to the society at large. You know, when we talk about overcoming challenges, overcoming problems, many people fail to tell themselves the truth. I go back to my foundational question when I began earlier on. I said, if you are a student and then you want to really do well in school, you have to prepare. You have to study, do your assignment, do the needful. Then in that way, you will now be able to be prepared for that examination. But when you fail to do your preparation, what do you expect? You want a miracle to happen? It's not going to happen. So you have to tell yourself the truth. Because identification of a problem is 50% solved. Once you have been able to tell yourself the honest truth, then you will know that you are ready to join or to make a solution to the problem. So you have to tell yourself the honest truth. If you screw up in life, own it. That is a landmark of any great man. Own it. If you are married and you screw up as a man or as a woman, own it up by telling your partner, I'm sorry. Don't try to apportion blame. You fix it. So you have to tell yourself the honest truth. These are the things that we can do to overcome challenges by telling ourselves the honest truth. Be prepared. Be prepared. And if you do your best and it didn't work out, then you know you've tried your best. Okay? So another angle again that we can use to overcome challenges in life is having a strong network. A strong network is what I call a support base. For me, the greatest network you can have, or the greatest support you can have, is your family. You know, I strongly believe that once your family is with you, you are good. If you are married and your wife is with you, you are good. If you are married and your husband is with you, you are good. If you have a family, your immediate family, and they are with you, you are good. So families can help us to overcome challenges. They can help us to overcome problems. You know, the only exception, which I would say, when family might not play that very big role, might be, if the whole world is telling you you can do it, and you know you cannot do it, you will fail. If the whole world is telling you you cannot do it, and you know you can do it, you will succeed. Because even the Bible tells me in 1 John 4:4, he that's in you is greater and stronger than he that is in the world. Okay? So family is very, very important. They are your support base. They can really help you. Sometimes they may have a different approach, a different idea, but you yourself, you know what is inside of you, right? You know what you feel, because sometimes they might not say it. Okay? Sometimes they might not say it, but you yourself, you can feel it. So families can help us to overcome challenges. Let me say you have a death in your family. You have a setback in your business. The first point of call to go through is your family. Families are very strong. Even though some people talk about some friends stick closer than family, I agree. But let's not take the fact away that family has a role to play in our life. So let's go to the final part of the solution. I call it the faith or the belief syndrome. I don't know your faith. Are you a Buddhist? Are you an atheist? Are you a Christian? Are you a Muslim? Sometimes faith, or most times, helps. I believe it's what you believe that will help you to really succeed in life. If you should believe in a pen or a pencil or in a human being, it has an effect, because belief is in the mind. I liken belief to someone who is sick. When I wrote my book, I was talking about meditation, how meditation can help you to heal. So I had an experience I shared in that book. I said that if you are sick and you go to the hospital, right, the doctor gives you a pill to drink. If you take that pill to drink, you believe that pill will heal you because you have faith in that pill. Not necessarily the doctor or the nurse, but because you have belief in that doctor or that pill. Once you take that pill, you will now heal yourself. So that is how faith really works. If you should believe in something, it's gonna come into reality. Let me share more insight again on pill. There was a doctor that his mom was sick, right? And then he gave his mom, a pill to take. The mom said, "No, my son, I see people come to the hospital, even to my house, and then you give them injection, and then they get healed. Why can't you give me injection?" Well, the son says, "Mommy, I'm a doctor, so I know what is good for you." Okay, and guess what? The mom didn't recover from that sickness. It was getting bad and bad. What really happened when this young man took the string? If those of you who are in the medical profession, you will understand very well. And then he added water into that string, and when he was able to inject that string into this mom's body, the mom now recovered. What does that really mean? The mom already believed in that pill, in that injection, that if my son should inject me, I will be healed. So that is how faith or belief really work. If you should believe in your God, if you should believe in your Iman, if you should believe in something, that is what's going to happen to you. So belief is something that can help. Talking about belief, I want to liken again to the word of Martin Luther King. He says in his speech, "I have a dream. I have a dream that one day my 4 little daughters will be judged not by their skin, but by the content of their character." I repeat, I have a dream that one day my 4 little daughters will be judged not by their skin, but by the content of their character. What does that really entail? This man is a visionary. He saw the future. Obama, on his own part, he spoke about the audacity of hope. He has hope that he can make it, and he did it. So hope is very, very important in life. So I'm going to give you a recap of what I've said, and then I will entertain some questions. I said 5 things which are called affirmations. 1, if you should lose all options, never you lose hope. I don't care the challenge you've gone through in your marriage, in your business, in your academics. If you should lose everything, even your family, don't lose hope. Because hope is the last thing that we have. Hope is the last strength that we have. If you lose all options, don't lose hope. 2, problem is inevitable, but mystery is optional. As a human being, every day, we will always have problems. There is no way you can run away from problem. There is no way. Problem will surely come. But then, how do you handle that problem? That is where the mystery comes in. Mystery is optional in the sense that you can decide to accept the problem, or you can decide to work it over. So many people today have problems and then they commit suicide. But how do you overcome it? That is why I say mystery is optional. Problem is inevitable, but mystery is optional. If you believe in yourself that this problem can never weigh you down, no matter how it comes up, you overcome it. And then I said again, we must always accept infinite disappointments, but we must never lose hope. I repeat, we must always accept infinite disappointment, but we will never lose hope. What does that mean? Problem will always come. People will always disappoint us. Friends will disappoint you. Even family members will disappoint you. Business colleagues will disappoint you. Disappointment is part of life. Just accept that fact. Okay? But don't lose hope. Don't say because XYZ disappointed me, I'm not going to trust somebody else again. No. That is life. You keep trusting, keep helping, whether people appreciate you or not. And then I talked about seeing life as a different colors. Colors I mean is like seeing life like a rainbow. Like a rainbow. The rainbow has different colors. So, every color is different. White has something, a role it plays. Then green has a role. Blue has a role. So you have to know the color that you have and then know the role it's played in your life. So once you see the different colors, then you dance through it. It's like you are in a stream or you're in a river. You have to swim or dance through it. And let me give you a typical example of when I say life is like colors. If you are driving, for example, you know that the green light symbolizes move. The red light symbolizes stop. And then the yellow light symbolizes caution. So this is how life really works. You know when to move, know when to stop, and then you know when to apply caution. If you guys know Kenny Rogers, his song on The Gambler. The gambler knows when to leave, he knows when to walk away, and never to stop. So you must know how this things really work. And then finally, I spoke about we are all products of the lens in which we see. Alternatively, you can say that we are all products of our experiences or of our environments. Now, if you live in the rural areas, sometimes your IQ, your reasoning, your perception can go in that direction. Now, if you live in the urban area, sometimes your understanding is different. So people say you are dressed the way you dress. Your friends can make or mar you. It's in that context in which we are looking at it. You see life from the vantage point. So I might be going through a problem right now or a challenge, and you might be going through that same challenge. Now, how I'm going to react is different. Let me take it a case further. We all sit in the same classroom, but we all don't see the same thing. A lot of you are viewing me all over the world today, okay? And all of you have different experiences, different challenges in life. Now, your understanding is different from that of Mr. A or Mr. B, because it's only he who wears the shoes know where it pains. So if you see life from a different angle, you are having a different concept in life. See life like an eagle. The eagle goes high above all other birds. They see life. The eagle has a vision. You cannot compare the eyes of an eagle with an ordinary bird. It's different because the eagle is far ahead. So that is how I want you to see life. See life from a different angle. If you have a challenge, just don't take that challenge like, oh, this is what it is. No. Sit down, take a deep breath, and then analyze the whole situation. By so doing, you will be able to appreciate the inherent lesson in it. But remember, going through life, you need patience, challenges. Because in every problem you go through in life, there's something that you will learn from it. So you have to learn the lessons that is coming with it. So I don't know if I've been able to do justice to this topic. It's 30 minutes now. I would love to take any question. If you want to come live, please be prepared. Otherwise, you can just type in your question and I'm going to see it and I'm going to respond to you. So feel free right now to ask me any question and I'll be glad to really share with you. Okay? I'm all ears. Okay, so you can make a request and then I will be glad to really accept it. Yeah, thank you, Bookie. Yeah, yes, it's all encompassing. Yes, it's not like a church, but then I say it's like all encompassing conversation. We all learn. I come from a Christian perspective, but at the same time, I'm a realist. I encourage people as a life coach, and I always ask my creator for wisdom. So I don't know it all. We all learn from each other. So if anyone has a question, please feel free to come in. If you're on Facebook, feel free to really ask me a question, and I'll be glad to really share with you what I have to share with you. Okay? So see problems as opportunities to grow. See problems as opportunities to grow. In any problem you have in this life, let me tell you, there's somebody that's gaining from it. There's somebody that's gaining from it. There's any problem you have in this life, there's somebody elsewhere. Let me say from the legal aspect now, okay? Every law that has been made in any society, some people will gain and some people will suffer. Any law that is made, some people will gain, some people will suffer. So that is how challenges comes in life. So if you have a challenge, don't think, oh, this is what has come. No. Let me share a practical example with you guys, of what I mean by every problem has a corresponding advantage or disadvantage depending on how you see it. When Donald Trump did the travel ban, where he banned Nigeria and 5 other countries, Nigeria was very angry. Everywhere was loud. Generally we all mad, okay? But guess what? One day I was at work in my office. I received an email from New York Times, and then they said, based on the travel ban, we would like to interview you. What are your thoughts on it? I was like, really? I took up the opportunity, and then New York Times interviewed me. Now, who am I to be interviewed by New York Times in US? This is one of the most read global online newspaper in the whole world. So the travel ban Trump did now gave an opportunity to be interviewed by New York Times, and it went millions upon millions of people watched it or saw the interview. That again is one. When New York Times did that publication, okay, News 12, the biggest or the most watched regional news network in the US, they just went to Instagram and then said, Henry, please, we want to interview you. I came to the studio and I did interview. Because I was good, when I interviewed, they had a follow-up interview and then they came to my house. So what am I saying? Donald Trump has caused Nigeria a problem, a challenge. But somebody somewhere like Henry Kazu took advantage of that challenge and I was on the news. That is just how problem is. Sometimes you might think you have a problem in this life, but God is setting you up for something else. You might be thinking, oh, I need a child. Oh, I need a breakthrough in my business. Oh, I need a good friend. Oh, I've had disappointments. Trust me, there are things that is inherent in it. If only you can sit down, meditate, and learn the lesson that's coming with it. So this is how we should always see life. Life is not really easy, but with due time, you will overcome all the whole challenges and all the problems that come with it. We've seen in the world people who have faced many challenges, but then they were able to overcome. Let's take a case study of Henry Ford. Henry Ford was the guy that has the Ford Motors. There was a story that he went for a job opportunity with, I think, Toyota or Honda, and then he was turned down. And then out of annoyance, he now had to form his own business, which is called Ford Motors. The same thing with Bill Gates. Bill Gates, when he left Harvard, when he was in school, he had a business then which he tried to form. It didn't go well. He now had to form Microsoft. Today we have seen what Microsoft is all about. So what am I saying is that your problems can make or mar you, but it's how you handle it that makes the difference. So my good people all over the world, I don't know what you're going through right now in the world, in society. I don't know the situation. But like I said, be still and know that this too shall pass. And I'm going to leave you guys with this quote. Like I said, it's called the Serenity Prayer. It says, God, give me the courage to change the things I can. The wisdom to know the difference is very, very important. God, give me the courage to accept the things I cannot change. The courage to change what I can change. And then the wisdom to know the difference. If you're having a challenge, if you're having a problem right now, I want you to know that it's not permanent. It's only when you believe in it, then it becomes very permanent. Okay? So that is what I think. Zuri Brown, you said, how do we overcome the challenge of managing 3 business? It's very easy. You have 3 business. It depends on your priority. You have to have your skill of reference. For me, I have a business. Okay, I have a business and I have my regular job. But at each time, I apply what I call the skill of reference, priority. So if you have 3 business, you have to tell yourself the truth. Which one do I want to use as my branch? Which is number 1 business I want to elevate. So you have to know how to delegate again. By delegation, I mean that you must know how to put people in the right position. Put people. You don't have to put a square peg in a round hole. It's not going to work. So if you have 3 business, you have to tell yourself, what do I really want to do? What is my vision? You don't want to have things that are above you. I don't know if I'm answering the question you have. But if it's not properly answered based on your interest, you could private chat me and then we can now go into the specific, because the more specific you are, the more I'll be able to answer you. So if you have 3 business, you can still manage a 3 business. It all depends on your priority and what you really want to achieve. Okay? So we have people who are conglomerates. People like Dangote, they have so many business. Jay-Z, Alibaba, Jack Ma. They have so many business, and then they're still able to do more. Even the guy that owns Amazon, John Bezos, he has so many business, but we all know that Amazon is his prime one. So you have to know what you really want to really achieve what you want. Thank you. I'm glad I was able to answer that question for you. So my friends, This is what I have to share with you guys today. Just know that every problem is just a stepping stone to a great opportunity. I'm gonna leave the floor open for a minute, and if I see any question, fine. Otherwise, I'm gonna put up my video on YouTube after I'm done with this section. So you can always go back to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and then listen to my videos. If you have any question, you could chat me up on my Instagram. Feel free to invite your friends, because we are here to solve problems. We are here to solve challenges. If you have any topic that you have in mind, you want me to really address, feel free to really let me know. Send me a message on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and even on YouTube. I'll be glad to really assist you. We are all here for each other. During this coronavirus time, we have to support each other. So in my own little way, I'm sharing with you. So on that note, I'm thanking each and every one of you for giving me your ears, and I look forward to see you next week. You said, I asked earlier, how do you maintain positive thinking during overwhelming challenges? All right, okay. Boki, I'm going to take this one more question from you, okay? How you can maintain positive thinking during these overwhelming challenges? It is normal. I always tell friends, do not be hard on yourself, okay? Do not be hard on yourself. So you might have a lot in your mind. You might overwhelmed, but be vulnerable. When I mean be vulnerable, I mean that just be free-minded. Know that you are human. And then you can also make mistakes. Know that the rich also cry. So as a realist, like I said, you have to be honest to yourself, okay? That's one of my affirmation. As a realist, okay, you don't have to be hard on yourself, So if you have so many things going up in your mind, just calm down, relax, think, okay? Take a deep breath, just relax, In fact, I'm gonna refer you to my book. If you've read my book, you will see when I talk about anxiety, how meditation can help you to reduce anxiety, because stress is a killer. If you're not careful, stress is a killer. It can weigh you down. So when you meditate, you will know how to reduce anxiety. So it's not about thinking positively, but there you have to be honest to yourself. What is that fundamental problem? What is that challenge that I'm having? How can I get to the root cause of this issue? When you're able to identify the root cause, then you are halfway to solving that problem. Okay? So I hope I was able to answer that question. Otherwise, you can always inbox me, and then I will try and see how we can really put more ideas towards it. So thank you. I'm glad I was able to share with you. So that being said, my friends, I'm glad I was able to share with you today. Next week we shall be here again, hopefully same time. Invite your friends, follow me, and then we'll see how we can take this to the next level. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye, guys.